What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and when I saw this floating around, again, this is from Jason Ward at Making Star Wars, who has a lot of inside scoops. He's the one who initially broke this High Republic stuff, which it looks like that's where they're going with the next series of movies. Gets a lot of insider knowledge on Star Wars. He is putting this out there. Rumor, Jar Jar Binks to return in Star Wars Kenobi. And when I saw this, I thought it was a meme. I didn't think it was real, but then I looked into it a little further, and evidently this is the rumor. So we're going to go and take a look at it. I will say that Star Wars Kenobi, I think, is one thing that some people are looking forward to, especially with Deborah Chow being involved with her work on The Mandalorian. I think that even though I think that show is, average, I think that Deborah Chow's parts in it were the high points in the series. So a lot of people are looking at what she did there and are excited for her to bring it forward to Star Wars Kenobi. Me personally, I have my own version of what Star Wars Kenobi is, and it's this expanded universe book. I don't think it can get much better than this one by John Jackson Miller, but I think they're probably going to use a little bit of inspiration from it, to be honest, but time will tell. If you want a good Star Wars Kenobi series or story, I would turn here before waiting for it to be on Disney Plus. But that's just me. Let's get into this rumor. With the Disney Plus Kenobi series fast approaching, details and visuals are beginning to emerge. One detail I'm particularly pleased about is the return of a classic George Lucas created character. The new series honors Kenobi's character, and the prequel era is not forgotten. The Deborah Chow directed series will deal with who Obi-Wan is and who he was. And this is where it gets into the rumors. I'm told Ben Kenobi crosses paths with his old friend from Naboo, Jar Binks. Early work has been conducted for the CGI Gungan's return to Star Wars. Jar Jar has a beard to reflect where he's been and what life has been like since they were all deceived by a great lie that ushered in the First Galactic Empire. Kenobi will not be the only bearded character this time. And the way this is phrased seems really strange. It just happens upon Jar Jar Binks. I think that most people's assumption is that this series will take place on Tatooine, since it takes place between when Obi-Wan drops off Luke at the Lars homestead, and obviously Episode 4 when they leave Tatooine. Is he going to run into Jar Jar on Tatooine? Why would Jar Jar be there? I can't imagine him wanting to go back after how terrible it was. Just living, like his skin being dry. He hated it there. I don't know why Jar Jar would go back, but because the series hasn't filmed yet, I'm treating this as a rumor. That said, I believe it to be accurate and on the way. I'm told there's a sequence where the bearded Jar Jar Binks and Obi-Wan talk about the past. There will be a Jedi Gungan beard time coming soon to this series. And then here's another interesting part that I wanted to touch on. It isn't confirmed that Ahmad Best is returning as Jar Jar Binks. I'm assuming and hoping he is. And he goes and talks about how that Ahmad Best story. And it's true. Ahmad Best caught a lot of flack, not from fans, from the media. And I did a video maybe a week or two ago talking a lot about this, about the harassment of Star Wars actors by fans, quote unquote. And Ahmad Best, you can see here from this quote, 20 years ago, or 20 years next year, I faced a media backlash. A media backlash, not a fan backlash, that still affects my career today. This was the place I almost ended my life. It's still hard to talk about. I survived, and now this little guy is my gift for survival. Would this be a good story for my solo show? Let me know. So Ahmad Best he had a rough time after his appearance as Jar Jar Binks. George Lucas was always very defensive about his use of Jar Jar. In fact, he kind of tongue-in-cheek when asked who his favorite character was, or like who he would want to be in Star Wars, he said Jar Jar Binks, kind of with a shit-eating grin on his face. So I think that would actually be something cool if Ahmad Best was brought back into Star Wars. I think people would embrace him with open arms. Maybe not the character so much. I think that the character of Jar Jar Binks for a lot of us is very cringe and not great. However, I do think that would be cool for Ahmad Best to be welcomed back with open arms to the Star Wars community, because the dude's been through a lot. So that's the news from Jason Ward about the Kenobi series, about Jar Jar Binks. Again, this Kenobi series, I can't say I'm like looking forward to it. However, I can't see where a lot of people really are with Deborah Chow. It's almost undeniable to me that she was the high point of the Mandalorian series. In a series that when you've just been shoveled crap down your throat with Disney Star Wars and you get something average like the Mandalorian, average to good, enjoyable. Doesn't just stomp all over the legacy of all your other characters, even if it is maybe a bit of a simplistic show, and maybe not as dark as people were looking for. Everyone's going to think it's amazing. But Deborah Chow's work was really good, and I enjoyed it. I'm excited to get more from her. But again, like I said, this book, if you really want to know about what Obi-Wan did between episode 3 and episode 4, this is where you should look. This covers Obi-Wan coming to terms with everything in his life, with not being a Jedi really anymore. He has this struggle because now, instead of going out and doing good, righting wrongs in the galaxy, saving people, he's focused on hiding, laying low, not drawing attention to himself, not drawing attention that could possibly endanger Luke, and sitting there meditating, trying to communicate with Qui-Gon and dealing with his failures. Failures as a Jedi and failures as a brother to Anakin. And it's really interesting. It's a small scope. It deals with this little town in Tatooine that Obi-Wan basically gets pulled into this drama. It's not about saving the galaxy or anything like that. It's just about saving this little town and some of the people that live there and some of the emotional connections that he builds. I do think it's a great book. If anybody wants to read it, a great entry in the Star Wars Expanded Universe. You don't have to read anything else in the EU to understand what's going on in this book. So if you do like Obi-Wan Kenobi, if you do like the prequels, I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's a great read by John Jackson Miller. But let me know what you guys think, not only about this Kenobi book, but about the potential of Jar Jar Binks coming to the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. It doesn't seem like it really matches up. I do think Ahmad Best would be welcome back with open arms. Maybe not his character. I can't say that I'm really need to see any more Jar Jar on screen, to be perfectly honest. But I'm sure that Ahmad Best would be welcome with open arms from Star Wars fans. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you looking forward to the Kenobi series at all? Would you want to see Jar Jar in there? Or would you rather just read a damn good book? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video out there, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.